Всем привет! Вы на канале Блог. Сегодня мы поговорим вместе с Брайаном про Sorare. Это один из администраторов проекта. В этом видео вы узнаете, как он попал в команду, что нам стоит ожидать в будущем от проекта и, конечно же, всеми любимый розыгрыш карты. Итак, поехали! Расскажи, пожалуйста, нам немного о себе. Чем ты занимаешься, сколько тебе лет, где проживаешь и так далее.
I'm Brian O'Hagan. I'm helping Sorare at the moment on all the growth aspects. And I'm currently 28 and I'm based in Paris, where Sorare is headquartered.
Расскажи, пожалуйста, чем ты занимался до Sorare? Продолжаешь ли ты как-то совмещать иную работу вместе с Sorare? То есть более подробно, кем ты работал и прочее.
Before Sorare, I was working in the crypto industry already. I was working for a broker called CoinHouse. And basically what I was doing over there is I was leading the marketing efforts so that the people could learn about crypto, learn about blockchain, buy and sell and secure their cryptocurrency. And before that, I worked for other companies, DataIQ, Airbnb, so it was mostly in the startup scene. And basically since January, I've been working as a freelancer for different types of projects. And one of those projects is Sorare. And so I've been basically working for Sorare and working for also other companies in the crypto space mainly.
Ты один из самых новых администраторов Sorare. Расскажи, пожалуйста, как ты достиг данных высот, то есть как ты попал в команду?
I became one of the Sorare administrators because I started working for Sorare in February. So at the time, it was before the Juventus launch. And I basically got on the team because I met the two co-founders, which are Nicolas and Adrien, Nicolas being the CEO and Adrien being the CTO. And I met them really at the beginning of the project. At the time, they told me about their idea. They told me about what they wanted to build, but they had no product. They had no team yet. It was just the two of them. And since I was a big fan of football and a big fan of crypto, and I had also seen the CryptoKitties craze just like them, I thought, this idea was super interesting, and having collectibles in a game that are so making the collectibles useful, I thought this was definitely great. So I've been basically helping and chatting with Nicholas ever since, and since I was available in February, we started working together, and that's when I became an administrator within the Discord, and that's when I started basically helping Sorare on the growth side of things.
Отлично. А расскажи, пожалуйста, тогда более конкретно, что входит в твои обязанности, какие у тебя полномочия в Sorare?
So, my responsibility at Sorare is basically around growing the community and growing the number of users on the platform. So what does that mean? It means that I focus on things such as user acquisition, user activation, and user retention. In more detail, what does it mean? It means that when we launch a new club, I'm the one who takes care of that relationship with the new club for the launch. I'm the one who takes care of the press for that new club around the launch. I'm the one who basically manages the affiliation program, and I'm the one who manages kind of the social media. And the idea again is to basically have more and more users on the platform, making sure that the users that we get on the platform are users that understand the product and that will stick to the product. And so basically, I'm in charge of the marketing.
Хорошо, раз ты за такие вопросы отвечаешь, тогда я задам немного каверзный вопрос. До окончания сезона осталось менее уже 7, а где-то и 6 игр, да, кроме там Италии и Коллегии. Раскрой секрет, сколько будет новых клубов в Sorare и будет ли клубы из Беларуси?
There won't be any Belarus club, unfortunately. You know, Nicholas has always been very clear on saying that he will onboard the top 20 leagues around the world, and I'm not sure Belarus is into that criteria, but I should definitely check. However, you know, in terms of new teams before the end of the season, I can't obviously say how many exactly because we don't yet know. However, we have discussions with you know, new leagues, and before the end of the season, what I can say is that at the moment we have about 60 clubs, and before the end of the season we should have between 100 and 150 clubs maximum. But I think, you know, reaching that 100 clubs on server by the end of the year, as in 31st of December 2020, is definitely something that is possible, doable. And we already have some signed deals with some clubs and some leagues. So we're super happy to launch those in the next few weeks.
Хорошо, спасибо за честный ответ. Скажи, пожалуйста, какие перспективы лично ты видишь в Sorare?
Yeah, I'm personally super excited for Sorare's prospects. Otherwise, I wouldn't be working here, obviously. I think there's a massive opportunity around making a fantasy football game that is global, that can be used by all communities, all people around the world, where they'll basically be able to use their knowledge of football. And I think, you know, the idea of having a game that is rewarding for its users, as in you can actually you know, trade and you can win some new cards, is super interesting. And you know, so far in any fantasy football game, it has always been about you know, winning against your friends. And I think this time it's not only winning against your friends, but it's also winning for yourself, and winning against a whole global community. So, you know, I see fantasy football, and especially Sorare's fantasy football, as a new way to really enjoy live games, live football games. And, you know, the vision is for people to watch games and, you know, have on their mobile phone a Sorare application where you will have the notifications of who in your team has scored, you know, live ranking, and basically everything that will improve the experience of watching the game, because you know that, you know, this striker that is currently playing in the game is on your team, and you really wish that he will score so that your team score will be better. So yeah, I mean, all in all, I'm super excited about Sorare's growth, and the product that the team has been building. And I think, you know, it's really only the beginning. The product is about a year old, and I'm sure that by the end of the year and by early next year we'll have something even better.
Раз ты отвечаешь за маркетинг, расскажи, пожалуйста, планируется когда-либо глобальная реклама какая-то? То есть сейчас мы можем заметить максимум, что есть в Sorare, это реклама именно из уст в уста, то есть сарафанное радио, которое действует у нас реферальная ссылка. И также иногда я видел, всплывала реклама какая-то в Инстаграме. Планируете ли вы запускать что-то масштабное? То есть, возможно, реклама по телевидению или же реклама в каких-то крутых интернетовских ресурсах?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. You know, when we do advertising, we need to think about different things. We need to think about, you know, what will be the best return on investment. So that means, you know, where would that be? What platform would that be in? What kind of message would resonate the most with potential new users? And I think right now Sorare is in a very different, I would say, situation to do mass advertising. What does that mean? It means that I think we still have to improve the product, make it more mainstream. I think we have to improve our communication in terms of education. And I think, you know, what you're doing with Mr. Bell and the blog and the YouTube channel is amazing, because this is what we need. We need people to learn about the project, learn about the platform, understand the goal, and then they can onboard easily. So, you know, we've done some advertising tests, and what we've seen is that when we do advertising without real context, the conversion rates are not that great. However, when we do advertising with influencers, YouTubers or Twitch, people streaming games on Twitch, if they are in the football community, we see that we have high conversion rates. So, by the end of the year, the plan is really to have more efforts on the influencer side of things, try and bring more people that, play FIFA Foot, play Football Manager, play Football Index, or FIFA in general, and have them join the platform, or fantasy football in general. So that's really the goal for this year, is to have a wide, I would say, network of influencers that can bring us this natural stream of users that would be interested and that would have, a keen attachment to Sorare. For the mass advertising, obviously we need means, we need more money. This is something that we're working on. But when we will have this more money, it doesn't mean that we will splash radio ads all over the world, because again, it's a global game. We have people from Russia, we have people from Japan, we have people from the US, from France, from Germany. And so if we have to do mass advertising all around these countries, it would, the money would run out very quickly. So we need to be smart about it. And that's what I'm here for. And that's what I'm trying to do. But make sure that we have, big announcements. And so far, there's two things that we've been working on. It's, leveraging the clubs for communication, as you might have seen with clubs such as Lokomotiv, Spartak, etc. But also doing some PR, being in the press, and then also using the influencer marketing channel.
Ну и давай подведем итог. По традиции, уже каждый мой гость, кто имеет аккаунт Sorare, проводит челлендж, в котором разыгрывает одну из своих карт. Давай разыграем твою карту, потому что я знаю, у тебя есть аккаунт. Правда, ты на нем не сильно играешь.
So I have my account is Brohagen FC. You can see it. I have about 38 cards, and I have Mathieu Debuchy. He used to be a very well-known player in France. He was playing for the French national team, and yeah, I'd like to donate this player. So the best thing that I'm thinking of right now is maybe the Russian community on your channel can try and guess in the comments of your channel what will be the next Russian club on the platform, and the first person who guesses the right Russian club, well, then I'll send him my Mathieu Debuchy when we'll launch that new club. I personally know that we will have a next Russian club. I don't know yet exactly when we will be launching it, so I can't tell you. But it should be the next 2 to 3 weeks. So yeah, please put your comments in the video with your best guess, and the first one guessing the right club, I will send him my Mathieu Debuchy card.
Спасибо, Брайан, за интервью. Условия челленджа будут внизу в описании. К сожалению, в челлендже от Мамбы мы не смогли выявить победителя, но в этом челлендже вы точно сможете победить, если сделаете все правильно. Итак, давайте перейдем мы уже к розыгрышу нашей карты, которая появилась в прошлом видео. Она появилась в 7 минут 52 секунды на логотипе HP на моем компьютере. Нет, это не реклама. Итак, сейчас мы с помощью генератора случайных чисел по старому дедовскому методу определим, кто же у нас победил. Итак, генерируем число от 1 до 11. И победитель у нас под номером 10. Под номером 10 оказался Сергей Т. Я прошу тебя написать в комментарии свой ник, чтобы я мог отправить карту. В этом видео также была карта игрока, поэтому пишите таймлайн в комментарии, в какое время она появилась, и вы сможете ее получить. А если вы поставите лайк этому видео и подпишитесь на канал, то шансы ваши увеличатся. До новых встреч!